on you, white on rice. I just made some rice. I just escaped.
So right now I'm in the process of swapping out my trunk. Regular Jetta trunk. I don't want to close it all the way because I already started taking out the wires. So what I took apart was these wires. Goes to the mechanism for the lock, this lock, and then goes to these lights. And I noticed with the GLI trunk, it has this handle. I guess it's a safety handle to get locked in the trunk. Regular Jetta doesn't have that. Next thing I'm gonna do is remove these bolts, 4 bolts, and remove the shocks. I'm gonna start swapping everything over. What I have to swap is, well, hopefully I haven't opened up the carpet for that. So hopefully I could just swap this over. I'm pretty sure the key wouldn't work. So if they don't know if my key will work with this GLI trunk, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap the cylinder to my trunk. This is the GLI one. That's the TDI one. All the connections are the same. Emergency pull lever. It was just a little clip piece like that went behind it. So I'll put that back. So I'm glad I started on the GLI trunk, taking out the cylinder, because I definitely broke something. It goes in there like that, from this way, and it went on there like that. And my thought was that there's a little ball piece in there, so I thought you just pull that off. And so I was putting a little bit of force, not so much, and I snapped this piece right off. So I was looking at it more so I won't break the one that I actually need. There's this little piece right here that you open up. It pretty much comes out like that. Let's see. There we go. Just like that. The little part that I broke. Well, I thought you just pull it out, because there's a little, I'll show you another one. There's a little ball in here. So I guess I thought you just pull it out. Now it's just the process of putting all the wires back together. Putting the wires back. That's the most tedious part, really. I think I'm gonna keep my lights that went into here, because these kind of look rusty. GLI ones didn't have LEDs, which I'm eventually upgrade to anyway. Actually, I think mine were LED anyway, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep mine. I don't know if you can see my fingers blocking it. No! Hopefully I didn't break any LEDs or anything. But yeah. There's LEDs inside. trunk swap. Yeah, I don't think I have to line that on. Just tighten it down a little bit. The lock mechanism works. Let's see if it can work inside. Popped. Yeah. So that worked out pretty good. So I'm finished with the trunk. Came out very good actually. Besides breaking that one piece for the one that came with the GLI trunk. The only hard part was getting the lever piece hooked up correctly for this. Took me a good 5 minutes to do that. I don't know why. If you guys ever took a door card out and you know how the handle goes up by that little hook thing, it's the same thing for this. And it appears to be working because you see it not to be moving. I would test it out, but I'm not getting in the trunk to test that out by myself. But closes correctly. It's aligned. A couple people asked me, what's the point of doing the swap? And it's literally just for this little lip here. And it just brings in just little details that I noticed. Most people won't notice, but I noticed. Making this TDI a full GLI trim swap, and that's one of the last pieces I need. Like the absolute last piece that I think I need is the rest of the radial trim. I did the swap on this trunk, and this trunk was way harder because getting it aligned, and it's convertible, so getting it aligned perfectly is the hardest thing. As you can see, it's still not aligned. I haven't really messed with it. I'll get rid of this gap. But it's a different story because that's an aftermarket trunk, and this is an OEM GLI trunk, so. These are OEM roof racks. I'm not really too sure how they go on. I didn't even look up any other videos or search on the forums. The way the guy explained to me is that there's these caps and there's screws under them. You take those out, and I think you slide that over this black bar and you put the screws back or something like that. And the way it goes into the cars, these little moving clamp things, you pull the weather stripping back like so. There it is. You pull it back and you put those two clamp things on those screws. See how faded this roof is, so it's another reason why I'm putting the racks on, maybe to hide a little bit of that fade. I had roof racks on my GTI. First I had some eBay ones, like universal ones where the clamps just expand and they go inside the door like this. They go inside this part and you just clamp like that on the outside, and you just tighten it. So should be the same way, but besides those screws, these are held in by Allens. I think that's 8mm or something like that. Yeah, it looks like a facade. I don't know what the heck that is. Facade on there. They have covers too. It's cute. So my initial thought was that you take off the end pieces and you slide the silver pieces over to the black piece, but no, you actually this is its own separate bar. So I already put the rear on off camera because I didn't really know how it went on, but it's on there. It was actually pretty easy. Shit is sturdy as fuck. Like, I could shake the whole car with just this one. And I feel like I could do like handstand push-ups on there. Pretty much put the these little things right here onto the screws of the side, and you have this bolt right here. You tighten it down once you have this inside the screws, like this bolt right here. Just tighten this down. It sets it in. So when this bolt over here is loose, these little sprung things, whatever they're called, they're close together, and as you tighten the screw, it spreads apart, like so. So you want to loosen this screw as much as you can without it coming out, because I don't know how it will go back in. And then, see, I just pushed it down to set the screws, or set these brackets onto the screws, and you just tighten this bolt. See, oh, it's set in there pretty good.
Blue and white, the track out, it's a blue and white. The back will sound like you alright.